Still Bobbi by Bobbi Brown, summarized by Detailed Book Summaries. Click on the subscribe button. Let us know in the comment the book you would love us to summarize for you. Chapter 1: Roots and Early Influences. Bobbi Brown begins her memoir rooted in her childhood in suburban Chicago, painting a vivid portrait of a young girl wrestling with the contrast between external expectations and her own inner world. From an early age, she was surrounded by two remarkable women: her glamorous mother, who battled mental health challenges, and her practical, no-nonsense Aunt Alice. These polarities shaped Bobbi. She inherited her grandmother's flamboyance and her aunt's grounded work ethic, neither of which swayed her. Yet, it was her Papa Sam, a steady and encouraging presence, who fueled her budding entrepreneurial spirit. In school, Bobbi wasn't the top student. Academics often bored her, but she found solace in creativity. She felt more alive in conversations and in imagining possibilities than in memorizing facts. That contrast, social ease, academic restlessness, would reappear throughout her life. Meanwhile, the relationships in her family taught her early lessons about authenticity, that beauty was not just about surface, but something personal, nuanced, and deeply human. Chapter 2: Breaking into the Beauty World. Bobbi's move to New York at 25 marks the turning point from a dreamer in suburbia to a hopeful artist in a cutthroat city. She hustled her way into fashion and beauty, knocking on doors, carrying her own makeup kit, and offering to help for free when she needed to. In the early 1980s, the cosmetics world was dominated by dramatic, heavily made-up looks. But Bobbi's vision was different. She believed in enhancing what was already there. Her philosophy of less is more seemed almost radical in an era of excess. Her break came slowly but surely. She worked with photographers, designers, and editors, slowly building a reputation. 8 years later, her perseverance paid off when she landed a Vogue cover, a symbol that she was no longer just hustling, but being recognized. Her natural beauty approach challenged norms and opened doors. Through these years, she also met her husband, built friendships in the industry, and refined not only her craft, but her philosophy. Real faces, simple beauty, and integrity matter. This chapter reveals Bobbi's grit. She embraces rejection, uncertainty, and late nights, all while keeping her vision clear. Her metaphorical palette isn't just makeup, it's values. She stays true to her belief that beauty should feel accessible, warm, and human. Chapter 3: Building the Empire. By her mid-30s, Bobbi's career was gaining real momentum. She founded Bobbi Brown Cosmetics and nurtured it into a global brand. Her authentic approach resonated. Women were tired of heavy makeup. They craved something that felt real. Under her leadership, the brand grew rapidly, reflecting her ethos of simplicity, natural beauty, and empowerment. She didn't compromise. Her products weren't flashy, but they were intentionally designed, thoughtful, and aligned with her beliefs. Over the next 2 decades, Bobbi poured herself into growing the company. Her mindset was never just commercial success. She saw it as a mission. She wanted to help women feel confident, to use beauty in a way that felt true, not forced. Alongside her business journey, she remained deeply committed to family, balancing her entrepreneurial drive with raising her children and staying emotionally present. Her relationships, especially with her husband, were anchors, giving her both strength and perspective. Yet, as the brand grew, so did the challenges. As larger corporate structures entered her business world, tensions started to build. Even as she celebrated milestones, new launches, expanding markets, and cultural recognition, Bobbi held onto the principles that got her there. She insisted on staying real, even when the beauty industry was shifting and chasing trends. Chapter 4: Loss, Reinvention, and Resilience. One of the most powerful arcs in Bobbi's story comes when she confronts loss, not just in personal relationships, but professionally. After building her namesake brand into a billion-dollar enterprise, she was eventually edged out of leadership. She describes being called upstairs in the corporate headquarters and told she was no longer in charge. It was a moment of stark reality. The company she had built, with her name and her vision, no longer aligned with the direction of its parent company. But this was also where her strength showed. Instead of retreating, Bobbi leaned into reinvention. At age 59, or nearly 60, when many might have slowed down, she parked her disappointment, reconnected with her values, and embarked on a new chapter. Launching Jones Road, her clean beauty brand, her mantra, real over fake, simple over complicated, remained her guiding star. She built again, but this time with the wisdom of experience, the humility of someone who has lost and rebuilt, and the clarity of purpose born from authenticity. In her journey of reinvention, Bobbi emphasizes resilience. She didn't wait for perfect timing. She didn't pause for permission. She simply figured it out. She embraced uncertainty, risk, and the vulnerability of starting over. Yet, she did not abandon who she was. Rather, she returned to her core self, the very same person who once carried her kits through New York City streets. Chapter 5: Wisdom, Legacy, and Living Still Bobbi. By the closing of her memoir, Bobbi Brown reflects deeply on what it means to stay true, even as life evolves. Her North Star, the values she cultivated as a child, never left her. Real is better than fake. Simple is better than complicated. And family comes first. In sharing her story, she offers readers a masterclass, not only in entrepreneurship and beauty, but in living with integrity. She interweaves practical wisdom with personal honesty, talking openly about her fears, regrets, triumphs, and recurring challenges. She acknowledges the role of her family, especially her mother and aunt, in shaping her sense of self, even when their differences felt contradictory. She offers lessons on pivoting. When life doesn't go as planned, you simply figure things out as they come. She insists that reinvention isn't about erasing the past. It's about connecting with what feels essential, even more urgently as we grow older. Bobbi's legacy, in her own view, isn't just about the billions in sales or iconic lipstick shades. It's about impact, helping people feel seen, beautiful, and powerful in the most understated way. Even after decades in the industry, after building, selling, losing, and rebuilding, she remains still Bobbi, true to herself, to her values, and to her purpose. Her story becomes a call to action, to embrace who you are, to trust your instincts, and to have courage, even when the world seems to demand something else. Click on the subscribe button. Let us know in the comment the book you would love us to summarize for you.